Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the lands of Aecathan. No professionals, no fancy tech, just a group of women playing an all-original game of Dungeons & Dragons. I'm Jeff, your Game Master, and here's what happened last time. The discussion of skinning Zorith's arm, or severing her arm and regenerating a new one,
or killing me,
stalled on the question of whether or not it would grow back with the tattoo intact or not. Zorith contacted Ahriman to help her remember when exactly she acquired her tattoo. He reminded her that she was abducted, and when she was recovered, she had the tattoo. Sten then excused herself to report into Athgar and begin assembling her team for building the orc training camp out in the desert. Zorith consulted with Father Dilbus and Masters Obrus and Indruz about the possibility of removing her arm. Obrus raised the possibility of using an anti-magic field to suppress the warding magic on her tattoo. The decision was made that Zorith's tattoo must be dealt with before the Four begins its quest to bring down the Temple of Jagravana. The group headed to Azinor to consult again with Master Ixar, carrying the corpse of one of the devils who attacked them. Ixar received the Four with his usual charm and recommended bringing in Master Rishtarda at the Sanctum. He agreed to accompany them, and they headed to her office. At the Sanctum, Master Tarda examined Zorith's tattoo and agreed to experiment with an anti-magic field. After casting the field, Zorith stepped inside and extended her arm partially through the field, disrupting the warding magic cast on it. After Ixar determined the field was disrupting the ward, Tasha cast legend lore on the part of Zorith's tattoo sticking out of the anti-magic field. After relating what she saw to the rest of the assembled, it was determined the tattoo was a combination of mortal, infernal, and celestial magic. But whatever was intended was interrupted before the ritual could be completed. With the warding down, Ixar was able to make out two words in infernal at the core of the tattoo. Arabelle asked for divine intervention from Terora and saw what the results of the completed ritual would have been. Sekuthos temporarily possessed Emberheart and revealed that the ritual, if completed, would have made this Balor essentially immortal, allowing it to depose the leadership of the Nine Hells. The decision was made to attempt to suppress Zorith's tattoo while pursuing what the words mean and what to ultimately do about the devilish pursuit. After thanking Masters Tarda and Ixar for their help, the Four leave to find Master Ranro and Father Dilbus. And that is where we pick up.
why were we going to go see them? I mean, you said we were going to see them, but why?
Zorith, you were curious about stories of chosen ones and tattoos.
Oh, myths, legends, songs,
Yes.
Ranro.
Yes.
Because I asked Indruz.
Yes, and he was like,
I
don't know.
There's too many. Let me just pull one out of a hat for you.
Yes, there's only over 100 of them, and they're all crap.
Every one of them.
And then Calendro Sticks is a no because a human soul must be sacrificed to make it against as well. So that's a no.
Yes.
And holy equivalent, different.
Yep. Every calandral stick represents a life taken.
That's just depressing.
Really gross.
Welcome to the Temple of Jagravana.
Really gross.
Sounds like a great vacation when we can.
Looking for what fun in the sun?
Come to the Temple of Jagravana.
Right.
It'll feel like the shortest vacation ever.
Ever wanted to be part of something?
Forever?
You don't say that. It's a bait and switch. You don't say anything about them dying. You just bring them there.
Ah, yeah.
Because once they're there, they're not leaving.
It's kind of like visiting North Korea. You know.
Once you'll come, you'll never leave.
You'll never
want to leave. Yeah.
You'll never wish for home again.
No, thank you.
Okay, well, I guess we're headed there then.
Let's do this.
All right. So you head out of the Sword Temple and make your way to the Song Temple. A little ways away.
Making our way downtown. Mm-hmm.
There's a few students on campus, but they seem to be rushing. It's probably just another class time started, and they're trying to get there. At the Song Temple, you make your way through the hallways to Master Ranro's office. You've been there before. Her door is partially open.
Knock, knock.
Yes. Come in, it's office hours.
Stick my head in the door and come on in.
Oh. Well, not who I was expecting, but come in. Are the rest of you there too?
Yes.
Well, this is a nice surprise. To what do I owe the honor?
We are on a little fact-finding mission to peruse your memory of myths, legends, songs, and stories.
Oh, of which I have many. So hopefully you'll be a bit more specific.
Savior of the world stories. Ideally with, like, one person at the saving of the world and maybe a little specialized sorcery at their fingertips. Anybody that kind of sounds like me, and maybe their cast of characters, and I point behind me like their crew, like me and a bunch of people. Nothing like that, right?
Well, there are several songs, some even from before the Shattering, that speak of groups saving kingdoms, villages, sometimes just maidens, sometimes just gentlemen. But nothing that seems to resemble what you have done.
Well, cool.
What about one that involves devils?
Oh, many. Usually those are the tavern seduction tales, though. It's foolish men being tempted by Iernes, and it never ends well.
More like devil fighting for power to take over the Nine Hells kind of thing.
Oh, well, there are many stories. There are actually histories that have been documented about the struggles in the Nine Hells and in the Abyss, of which there are no end. I would need something a bit more specific. There are lots of them.
Didn't we get a name?
I don't think so. Hold on, let me look. So how about a demon that was thwarted to make themselves eternal? I can't remember if the demon actually died. Like, did he or did he just go on and do things from the story? I can't remember, Jeff.
The vision that you got from Tasha's legend lore spell was that he was thwarted. He was apparently, based on what you learned later from Arabelle's divine intervention, he was ready to kill 9-year-old Zorith, and then he was attacked from behind with magic. And he dropped 9-year-old Zorith and spun to face his attackers, at which point Zorith's parents ran in, snatched her up, one of them cast a gate spell, and they got out of there.
Okay.
So
So
what
we don't know
happened
what
after
happened to
that?
them. Yeah.
You don't know.
Okay.
He could still be alive down there.
Why did I not write that down?
Mm-hmm.
I have everything up to the... Oh, battle mail field. Grab the little girl. Gate closes behind them.
Yes.
Okay, so no idea. Okay, thank you. Sorry. So then I give a brief what we've seen and in that dream, and then kind of said, so I was supposed to be, sacrificial fodder, but then didn't. So he's mad and he's coming and looking for me. And so, or someone is, to rule hell with me, sacrificed. Anything like that sound familiar?
This is going to require a roll. Nothing that specific. There are obviously stories of the constant plotting for power and assassination, more in the Abyss than in the Nine Hells, but there are some there as well. But no, nothing that specific.
Were there names of these people in the Nine Hells?
Oh, of course.
Are they allowed to have...
But not, I mean, the names that they are called, yes.
I'm guessing that those are probably not good to, like, research and call.
They would do you no good, as I understand the conjuration process. You need a being's true name in order to actually conjure it.
Well, we've been set upon, and they're trying to get me. And not even all of me, just my arm. So now we got to figure out how to hide from them.
Have you thought about having the tattoo removed?
I mean, and then I explain about what happens when you look at it, etc., and no legend lore and all the things. And
may I see the words that are hidden by the tattoo?
I wrote them down, right? Because they're not...
Yes, you did.
Yeah, so I wrote them down, and I... EXCARYNVESZITH, right?
Yep.
Oh, and that was no language that we know of, but maybe one of their languages.
All right, so do you show her the parchment you wrote it down on?
Yeah.
Okay. A moment. And she sings softly under her breath something, and then looks at the parchment again. Well, it doesn't translate to any language known in the lands. I just cast comprehend languages, and it still says exactly the same, so it's not a phrase. It could perhaps be a name of a place, of a being.
Maybe some kind of incantation.
Is it too short for an incantation?
It is.
Well, like, when you have a magic item and you speak a word to activate it.
Oh, it'd be activated. That's kind of good and not good also.
We could try.
No, I mean, what?
And Master Ranroad does her best to pronounce those two words.
I step back from her.
Nothing happens.
Good.
Not an incantation. I didn't think so. She hands back the paper.
Oh, okay. Well, we have gotten almost 10% more than we knew before, and yet we still have things to do. What shall we do next? I thank her. I look around, say, do we have anything else to bother her with?
I wish I could be of more help. Have you consulted with people who study the lower planes?
Yes.
Sort of.
I mean, the tower.
Oh, no, we tell her, because, oh no, sorry. The Ixar knew the last lady, and so I'll tell her Ixar and the last lady.
Rishtarda.
Rishtarda, which I actually wrote down and is on here.
You have spoken to Master Tarda. She is who I would have recommended you seek out.
Tarda. Right. But every time you say Rish, Tarda, I don't get that. Okay.
I wish I knew someone else to send you to.
Right.
Ah. Don't you have connections with the newly returned metallic dragons?
Yes.
Perhaps they know.
Well, that's worth a shot.
They have a much
I
clearer
can't
memory.
believe-
They have a much clearer memory of the world before the shattering, I'm told.
Right. Why didn't we think of that?
Well, I was thinking of Mother Tassa might remember from if there was any, I say noise, but any things around your kidnapping since she was living as an elf at that time.
All right. Is our timing figured out yet? Was I still?
Yeah, I adjusted.
Yeah.
So
okay.
everything makes sense now.
Okay, so was the shattering before I was born?
Yes.
Okay, so then they would not have been around when I was kidnapped.
Correct.
Okay.
Just Mother Tassa.
Just Mother Tassa.
Oh, just Mother Tassa
But
because
they might
Oh,
have
shoot.
knowledge from before the shattering
okay.
of creatures and plots and things like that.
Okay. Okay.
Well, I would definitely suggest touching base with them.
Yeah.
If there is knowledge out there to be found that we don't have, they would be the ones to ask. I suppose you could try asking the chromatics, but I don't think they'd answer you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it'll be.
I think the answer would probably be Breath of Fire.
Yeah. Gosh, well, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day.
You're very welcome, and good luck in your quest.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much. Yeah. And then we get ready to leave. Or we leave.
I think originally you were also thinking of talking with Father Dilbus. But I think that was about the idea of severing Zorith's arm. So I don't know if you still want to do that or not.
I don't think we're going to cut her arm off.
No? I mean,
Not at this point. Last resort.
I think we'll leave it up to her. I mean, it seems like a decision she needs to make.
it is awfully rash.
I will save that we don't have to do that. And we don't have to kill me, and we might be able to get this figured out. We'll do it later. I reserve the right to tender my resignation from my arm.
Okay.
Okay.
What would you like to do next then?
I mean, what?
Reach out to Mother Tassa.
Oh, yeah, I guess. So we are like hell-bent on trying to figure this out before we do other things. Is that correct? Or are we... Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, as much as we can. I don't know that we'll necessarily be able to solve it unless we're headed to the Nine Hells.
Ugh.
So we'll find out what we can and...
Yeah. So I guess, okay, before meeting with Mother Tassa, sometimes I hate it being so long since we have done one gaming thing to the next. What else are we to do here? Were we supposed to do something? I feel like we were supposed to do something else while we were here.
I can't think of what it was if there was. I thought it was just about you.
Yeah.
Not just about you, but about you.
And your arm. And not getting killed by demons,
Devils.
devils, whatever.
There's a difference. Demons are chaotic evil. Devils are lawful evil.
Lovely.
Wait, demon is a what?
Chaotic evil.
Chaotic evil.
And then devil is a law.
Yes.
Is there a neutral evil? I'm just kidding.
Lots of them.
Yeah. The world. Hashtag the world. Okay, well then, I guess we are going to find a nice place to sit on this lovely day, and I'm going to reach out to Mother Tassa.
All right, where do you want to do that?
Find a nice place to sit.
You could do it here, you could do it anywhere.
might as well do it here.
Yeah, because I don't know where we're going. Like, we might have more to do. Like, I'm not teleporting us all around today any more than we already have. So, reach out to Mother Tassa. Sit in a nice place.
All right. Well, there are lovely trees that you can all sit under.
Yes. We will sit under some lovely trees.
Okay.
And then I reach out to Mother Tassa. Nanu, Nanu. Coming in, calling Mother Tassa. Come in, Mother Tassa. Hello. I feel like we bother you all the time, comma. But we have a question. Pause that, pivot, or pin that. Question to the DM. Doesn't she know about my tattoo?
She knows you have a tattoo.
Doesn't
feel
know
like-
how you got it. She
Way
doesn't know
back
that
when
it's-
we first met her, did it come up in your like reading with her?
No, I don't think so, because
She doesn't know that it's a beacon to devils.
Beacon to the underworld. Okay, back to the phone call. I pause. Do we have unlimited? Because it's not like
Yes.
speaks with. We have unlimited. Okay,
Yes.
good. Not that I want to do unlimited. but I'm just-
Unlimited minutes.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Hi. Sorry that we seem to keep bothering you all the time. Are you available to talk?
Yes.
Great,
I'm
so
not
grateful that
doing
you are.
anything I can't pick up and continue later.
I don't know if you know that I have a tattoo.
I
We just.
do recall on your left arm. Is that correct?
It is. Just found out that it is kind of a beacon for devils. Was tracked down by an imp, and when he... I feel like I just told her this, but it wasn't her. Okay. When he showed up, my arm was itchy. It felt like it wanted to crawl out from underneath my skin. We did some research. Turns out a devilly type guy was trying to sacrifice me when he was thwarted. And we assume my parents dragged me away, and it is covered in mortal, holy, and infernal magics. And
Goodness.
and there's a name on there, letters on my arm that we were able to like decrypt. And I was wondering if you remember. We've talked to a lot of bards and landlord lore people about a million different coups in the underworld to try to take over the 9 hells, by the way. And so we were just wondering if there was anything that you might remember that might be important to us.
Let me see if I understand this. It is a combination of mortal, infernal, and celestial magics, and there's a name involved. Is the name visible at all times?
No, it is heavily obscured.
Ah.
That's why
you were able to thwart the magic somehow.
Yes.
And how was that done?
And I tell her.
Using an anti-magic field. Ah.
Okay.
So it was not dispelled, it was merely suppressed enough to allow you to see these 2 words.
So we believe that we should not try to dispel it, because I believe it's been dispelled before, but we also tried to do legend lore on it, and Tasha was notarized. What is that?
Feeble-minded.
Feeble-minded.
Really bad headache.
Oh. Mm-hmm. So part of the magic is a warding of sorts.
2 wards. 2 wards.
Layers.
Yeah, layers.
Interesting. Might I inquire what the 2 words were, and if you have determined if it is in a specific language?
They were intoned by Master Ranro, so I do not believe that they are dangerous, and I say them out loud.
It does not sound familiar, but studying the hells is not a particular vocation of mine. There are some in the septs that are more knowledgeable about the outer planes. I would be happy to ask them.
That would be amazing, because right now we can't really... We had seen the imp at the funeral and imagined that there was no problem. Met a genie, fire genie, whatever the heck he is.
Oh, an Ifriti.
At a Ifriti. And then apparently he tattled on us, and then...
As they do.
Syrenese was waiting for us when we got out of the mansion and attacked us with a bunch of naughty things.
An Irenes.
I tell her a bunch of that stuff super quick.
Well, that was poor planning.
Yeah.
Did she not realize that you were 4 women?
I mean...
I'm sure she was not happy. That takes away one of an Irene's primary weapons, and that is the art of seduction.
She doesn't know what we're into.
Right?
No, but devils are primary thinkers first. Had she known, she might have actually gained the service of an incubus instead.
She didn't come, right? She's just having this conversation in Zori's head, right?
Yes.
Oh, shoot.
Oh. So, good point. I will relay And then I will say, we are currently at the island, and we don't kind of know where to proceed next from here. And I tell them all the things that I've been saying to her, to them.
Well, clearly, this is something that if this creature who abducted you still exists, it is a ritual it still wishes to complete.
Mm-hmm. Or other people know about.
Yes, I'm not certain what to advise you to do at this point either. I would say for the nonce, find yourself somewhere safe and settle in, and I will immediately leave to contact those in the septs that study the hells and see if this is something that they can make heads or tails of.
I'm sorry for being such a hassle.
Nonsense. You are actually easier to deal with than some of the younger members of the septs.
Okay.
Many times in the last months, I have had to go and figuratively and occasionally literally step on some wings to keep the younger ones from flying off to beard the metallics or the chromatics in their dens.
I'm sorry. Beard?
Take them on.
Yes.
Oh. Fight. Okay, got it.
Yes, there is a younger contingent among the septs who believe that the best defense is attack.
Right.
I guess children are children in any species. But, so, my advice, and you're free to follow it or not as you will, but my advice would be to hole up somewhere safe and give me an opportunity to try to provide you with a bit more information.
Sorry about it. Okay.
I'll be in touch.
Right on. Thank you. And then I close the call.
Okay.
What'd she say?
I relay all of that to them.
Oh.
I was putting it at the time, but
The safest place would probably be nowhere we're expected to be.
I'm not the for home.
Right. And then in a mansion.
Right. So.
Well, we're already someplace we're not expected to be.
We found out that the reason that they found us in the mansion was because they knew exactly where the door was, right?
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so they can't normally just chinchill us out. Okay. So I guess we can stay here under this nice tree.
I'll make the mansion.
No, we'll just stay right here, right? Or
No.
No, mansion would be safer.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I make the mansion.
Okay.
And we go in.
All right. You are now in Tasha's mansion.
Mm-hmm.
And we wait all day. I mean, oh my god, this is the worst. The worst.
Okay. We have waited for things before. We will
And-
wait for things again.
We have things we can do.
I'm trying to figure out what it is that we can do. That I've been kind of asking.
Okay. Well, I know that personally Gwen has a book she's been meaning to read.
Does it give you extra powers or something?
In fact, it does.
Haha.
I am looking to see what it is called because...
Didn't you finish that a while ago?
I still see it in my inventory, so that's what made me think that I still needed to read it.
I thought you read it when we were traveling, like, 'cause you had to read it over 7 days or something.
Right, and or at your mansion thing. What? Oh, let's see. Because I believe that it lets you do something fancy, and I think we've already been reaping the fancy repercussions.
It's was it Dex or which manual is it? Or tome?
I don't know. I'm looking for it and not having luck finding it. So I did have it, but now I can't find it. Maybe I already took it out.
Maybe you've already used it, and after you use it, it disappears. So
I think we put it I think it is in the board because it can be used again after 100 years.
It's called the
Tome of Understanding.
Yeah.
Raise your wisdom. Yeah, the pages go blank, and then after 100 years, it can be read again by. And
it looks like it's equipped on you already. So then looks like you must have.
So,
don't unequip it.
Don't unequip it.
No, okay. It gives you. I think it's +2 to your wisdom.
Okay.
Or I think that's the one.
I just saw it there and was like, oh, have I not done that? But I mean, I'm sure there's some trainings that we could be working on.
Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of things that we have not had any downtime, as we have said often. So,
I mean, we could organize things in the portable hole. There's all kinds of stuff we could do.
That's actually good.
And who knows, Mother Tassa, if she says she's going to be right on it, it could be that we get an answer pretty quickly.
Yeah.
We'll have a meal. I can play with Emberheart.
Personally, I'm going to take a nap.
Yeah. Is there a place around here that Emberheart could hunt?
Back on the mainland. Not really on the
island.
Yeah.
You can hunt some birds in the mansion.
I don't know if that's a good idea.
We created things for the orcs to hunt. I don't know.
The orcs, however, were not looking to eat what they killed.
Well, they can bring him chicken to simulate if he gets one of the birds.
Speaking of which, we have not fucking settled with that either. Orcs. That's the main thing we need to do.
So why don't we do some planning then?
That sounds good. Let's do that.
Well, Sten is working on the location and building the facility.
Mm-hmm.
So that one is kind of already underway.
Did we find out how long it's going to take? She told us though, didn't she? Because I was
no,
like, how?
She didn't know how long it would take. It depended on whether it was her doing all the work or she got someone to help her.
She's a big deal now. She need to get help. She can get people.
Well, she's also got Athgar to help her. I mean, not going and helping her, but, helping her locate resources.
That is in their capable hands. All right, so Tasha's taking a nap.
We're planning. So location, facility. We need to... should we... who is in charge of training them? I mean, I know that they're training currently, but who's going to be in charge of them once they get there? And could it be Nuck? And like, because fuck, is that fucking racist? Jesus, I don't know what the fuck's going on in my head right now. Like, Nikki is struggling.
It'll probably either be the army contingent or the Rakiliad.
Or both.
Yeah.
It could be a joint task force.
Who do we have to talk to about that?
I think we talked to Athgar about it already.
Why Athgar? Because they're outside his...
Yeah.
Okay.
Because they're going to supplement the border, right? And
technically, Athgar is now the head of the Rakeliad.
Since we're leaving them outside Thunder's Edge, that's why Sten was finding the location and stuff.
And not the place where we left them.
Right. Belinamard.
Okay, so location, facility under control. Their task and training would be overseen by potentially those people. Who is going to pay for them? Who is going to make sure they get paid? Who is going to supply them? And why they can't ever leave. Like, we have to have that discussion with them. Right? I mean, like, it's great and all to be like, this is one thing we're going to do. We don't have to kill you because you're going to be, redeemed. I fucking hate this whole thing. But you should be careful if you go into town because you could get killed. So, what do we do?
Well, they're far from town enough. Probably they won't wander, but they'll do patrols and, right? They wanted to serve and help protect.
Right, but how do we ensure their safety from others?
Not a lot of people venture out into the God's Wrath, right?
Yeah.
Traitors.
Yeah.
So how do we tell them not to venture out too far? And if they're going to the west and up, like, they're bound to meet other people. Like,
I mean, if we tell them the parameters of their post.
Or is Nikki just losing her mind and no one else is really caring about this?
Well, I guess I was thinking, right, that they've agreed to become basically soldiers.
Indentured servants. Oh, I'm sorry, soldiers.
Right? I mean, they're going to have housing and food and, purpose.
Yeah.
And they're getting
so think
paid.
Of them like a... Think of them as
get paid. So
Squeal Team 5 or something.
Right.
Squeal Team?
So they'll follow the... when they're on duty, they'll have orders and they'll follow that. When they're off duty, they'll have a community. I'm sure we have boy and girl orcs. They might have families.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kind of like at the Oasis, right? Where they have their contained community. So they're going to build a community and work and live and be happy orcs.
Okay. Who do they go to when they have issues? The Rakeliad or who is overseeing them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I presume there'll be a commanding officer there.
There will be a chain of command established.
And of course, we're going to have to find officers that don't care. God, this is awful.
Well, I mean, no one said it was easy. But
and then
the officers are also going to be commissioned.
Right, we have the officers that are with them now. that they're already going to be used to that came from Thunder's Edge. Like we took them from Thunder's Edge to Belinamard. They're with them now. They'll come back.
But they aren't
Thunder's
necessarily happy in their post. Right? If I remember correctly, they were like, why are we doing this? Because this is weird and not cool. Correct me if I'm wrong, Jeff.
It's not our job to make their lives happy.
They're soldiers.
All right. Indentured servants. Got it.
No, I mean
there's
army
soldiers.
officers that are already there that are, that have been assigned to them. They don't. When you join the military, you don't get to pick your assignment.
No.
And
I
you get
didn't
paid.
pick my assignment. When I met you guys, I just did my job. Turned out good. But I wasn't here because I wanted to be. At least not at first.
That's kind of my point.
So I think it's like, to some extent, it's not our problem anymore.
Okay.
If that's, I mean, I don't mean to sound mean, but like they've agreed, the Rakiliad and army, to jointly handle it. They're going to build the facility. They'll train them, and they'll be in service of Thunder's Edge's responsibility of guarding the border to Aecathan. So, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Which Thunder's Edge, like in Irma, well, Thunder's Edge does that on behalf of the whole country. So,
all right. I like thinking of it as border patrol. That helps my brain better.
Okay.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what it is.
I got it.
With a primary focus being to disrupt any slave trade coming out of the temple.
So if they get reports of slave trade, they might trade. They might get to go on a excursion to wherever that is, deal with it, and then come back.
Oh,
and
so
they were happy to help.
They're not going. They're not going out of this area to root into the.
No,
they're not going down to eradicate. They're going for border patrol, and then if they hear slave trade, to. Okay, I misunderstood then.
Yeah, so if they get sent on an away mission.
But they're basically creating their own settlement.
Yeah.
They're going to build their own buildings. They could have shops. They can have, they're building their own base.
Okay, so it is like a little. Okay, got it.
Does that help, Nick?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a military base. It's a military training facility.
Yeah, that's why her thing, the way that she was planning on building it, did not make any sense to me. So now that I have expressed my concerns with what she was doing, and it's going to be built more like a military base, I'm fine, except for the outside stuff.
What outside stuff?
But sorry, it's been a thing. We've talked about it. I'll let it die.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Okay. Sorry, everybody else is taking naps and doing things.
Well, Tasha's taking a nap. The rest of
Yeah,
you
just
are
me.
talking.
That was what I was worried about.
Anything else that you want to plot or plan or discuss? Or shall we do a nice little time jump?
I think the only thing I can think of is we'd probably, because I don't think we've actually asked Gwen, because in her former life, is to scout anything, she knows. I don't know how close she got ever to the temple or anything like that, but we'd just get as much intel on where we'll be headed when we go into the desert. So.
No one here has ever seen the temple.
But I know they've sent people who never come back and
Correct.
things like that. So we don't know anything she knows about when they lost contact, or if we have a general idea of where it is.
Vaguely.
Okay.
I can also reach out to my family and see what they might have heard.
Oh, that's true.
What Thunder's Edge knows is that the Temple of Jagravana is vaguely that way. That's it.
Actually going and visiting the Oasis and seeing Gwen's family might be a good next step because they have had contact with them, right?
Yes, but
Maybe.
the Joggervanans have come to them.
Right. Do they? But do they come from one direction? But we'll find out what they know, and it's a good stop along, right? Because we can teleport there as a starting point instead of. Is that the right direction?
Not really.
Oh, okay.
It's about 90 degrees off. Like if the correct direction was north, the Oasis would be east.
Wait, say that again?
I said, if the direction to the temple was north, going to the Oasis would be east. It's like 90 degrees off from where you think the temple is to get to the Oasis.
Oh, I can't brain it right now. I'd have to.
But starting from there isn't any further than starting from Thunder's Edge. It's just a different direction, as far as we know.
It might be.
I thought the Oasis was super northeast of Thunder's Edge.
West northwest or west.
Sorry, west
or south, right?
Yeah,
No,
hold
west,
on.
It's south.
It's west northwest is the Oasis because we went north and then hit the thing and then we continued to go west over to Western Aecathan.
Well, he said if it was north. I think he was just making right.
I was just using it as an example.
Oh well, you can't.
But I thought the temple is south.
I have to see a map, so
yeah, it's south on the map though, right? Because north of Thunder's Edge is the Abbot, right?
Oh yeah.
Yes, the Romani Keep. Yes.
Romani Keep, yeah.
So it's got to be west north for the Oasis and west south for Jogravanan Temple.
Hold on, I'm pulling up my map here.
Or west and south.
Okay, that didn't help me. This is one of those situations where I'm like, okay, I know I have this information. Where did I put it?
Well, the main map is in the I always look at the player's atlas, and it looks pretty south from Thunder's Edge. So then the Oasis is west, towards Western Aecathan, right?
There it is. Hold on. Okay, so...
I'm opening the map now. Well, let me get to the map.
Okay, so maybe it's only 45 degrees off, not 90 degrees, but it would be...
Wait, I gotta get there.
It would be further
Aecathan.
to go from Thunder's Edge to the Oasis and then try to get to the temple than it would be to just go straight from Thunder's Edge to the temple. Now, if you're magically...
we would teleport to
I was going to say, yeah, if you're teleporting to the Oasis, then it's probably about the same distance.
Okay.
Just in a completely different direction.
But they might have a little bit more information than...
The Oasis is off of the Aecathan world map, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
To the west.
Yes.
Southwest.
Northwest.
Southwest, okay.
We will have this discussion later. You're going to have to draw it for me because I can't. Okay? You'll have to draw it for me.
Okay.
And I'll pretend that everything you're talking about is the same place I'm thinking.
Okay.
Okay.
Ta-da.
Well, we have a plan. We'll go to the Oasis when we're ready to do the temple stuff. So, and it'll be nice. Gwen didn't get a visit during the funeral, so. All right. Proceed with your time jump as what you wish, Jim.
Okay.
I have nothing else.
You spend the rest of the afternoon and evening just relaxing in the mansion, good food, get a good night's rest, and as you're eating breakfast the next morning, Zorith, you hear in your mind, "Well, I have news."
Yay! She has news. I tell her we're in the mansion if she wants to come or not. Does she need to know where it's at? Okay.
Unfortunately, I will not be able to join you. These investigations have created a little difficulty for us that we will need to address. One of the members of the Silver Sept hit upon an idea, and instead of discussing it with me, simply went ahead with the idea, and now we have a member of the Nine Hells that happens to know exactly where that particular dragon's lair is.
Oh.
Tell everybody.
It turns out those two words are the true name of a Balor. Because the impetuous Silver Sept member was able to summon it using those two words.
And I tell them all that.
So we are preparing for an incursion.
Okay, this is too much.
Did the dragon survive?
Oh yes. It was in a warding circle. It was unable to escape before it was dismissed, but we believe it was able to pinpoint where it had been summoned. So we are expecting it to return.
Do you
with
need our help?
reinforcements. No, we'll be fine. We've dealt with these sorts of incursions before. They're not particularly dangerous. They're just painful.
So would that... Okay.
Was that the creature who did the mark on Zori?
I do not know,
There's too much.
but it is a Balor.
If you know its true name, can you use that to defeat it?
We can use it to ban it for a century.
Ban it from where?
From this plane.
So it will be running around free for a while until it finds that silver dragon?
Oh, no, it knows where the dragon is. It knows where its lair is, so that is where we are gathering, both inside and out.
Okay, well, I'm telling everybody this, so anything that they ask me, I'm relating to her.
Would it be possible to capture it so that it could be interrogated?
Or killed?
Killing it will, with its true name, return it to the Hells and bar it from once again gaining access to Aecathan proper for 100 years.
So that's what you're talking about doing.
Yes. The only way to permanently kill such a creature is to do so on its home plane.
Okay. Good to know. I tell everybody all the things. Okay. Well, I am sorry that you have to deal with this.
I'm sorry that some of my fellow Sept members are less introspective than they should be.
What do you recommend that we do at this point? So this devil
Yes.
is going to return, is going to seek out the silver dragon, is going to bring reinforcements. If we, knowing what you know, knowing what we know, about what it plans to do with Zori, will banishing it back to its home plane be enough? Will it continue to send emissaries after her from that location?
If it was in fact the one who sent the emissaries, having learned this being's true name, this suggests that there might be other powers in the Hells who are also seeking that information so that they may control this creature. So it obviously will want Zorith one way or another, whether it was the original Balor who abducted her as a child or not. She is walking around the known realms with its true name tattooed on her arm.
Well, now, and all of your dragons know it also.
Well, select few.
What would be the
Not the smartest
purpose?
ones either.
What would be the purpose of putting that name on her? Is it so that the creature could be summoned? Or, I mean, that's...
I would need to understand the other enchantments that were placed. And I do not recall ever having heard of a fusion of mortal and infernal and celestial magics, so I could not even hazard a guess as to what the ultimate response would be. But you have determined through your spells that the end result of the ritual would have been near immortality to allow this Balor to challenge the power structure in hell. So that would be why the original creature who abducted Zori would wish to find her to complete that ritual, gain that power, and begin to ascend to the throne of the Hells.
So, banishing it back to its dimension does not negate that goal.
Correct.
Correct.
It merely removes
One
a primary
of the players
player
off the pier. Yeah.
Because at any point that goal could still be attained
Yes.
by completing the ritual.
Yes.
Question.
Mhm.
What is the magic that... So if he's banished, it's different than the banishment that we do, which just sends him
Right.
for a minute.
Right.
Can that be used? So if he's banished, there is no means to bring him here, unwillingly, right? Somebody else can't bring him here.
Correct.
Is that a spell that can be used on any creature?
It's not a spell. It's invoking a creature's true name and destroying the body that it manifests into here.
So why did, when it has been spoken all these other times, did it not...
Merely speaking the name does nothing. It must be used in a formal summoning ritual.
But is there magic that we could put on Zori that would prevent her from being taken from this plane similarly to the 9 hells to complete the ritual?
None that I'm aware of, but that doesn't mean the answer is no. It simply means I am not aware of it.
I don't know if that would keep you from going into the mansion either, but...
Oh, it might. If it were some sort of dimensional lock, she would not be able to enter an extra-dimensional space.
Need some sort of contingency spell, Zori, that if you're taken to that plane, you're automatically cast plane shift and come back here or something.
kind of a counter spell.
Mm-hmm.
So I have a ring. Apparently, what level is plane shift? It's like 9.
It's really high.
Yeah, you can't even put it in a.
You can't, but you might be able to find someone who could.
You can't put it in the ring. The ring doesn't hold.
There might be some other kind of thing.
Oh, all right. Yeah.
To do some research on. I would assume they need to do the ritual. That's where their altar and creepy things will be.
Well, not.
And especially, I don't know, because I don't know if they could do it here, if it would help them.
1st through 5th level on the ring.
So, weren't they doing the ritual here when they took her?
No, it was in the abyss, or it was in the hells.
9 hells.
Okay.
She was taken to the hells. The ritual was done there.
Okay.
Almost took plane shift. It's 7th level. Well, Mother Tassa, is there anything else that we need to talk about?
I've delivered the news that I have for you. At least now you know.
And the teleportation circle won't get me out of the plane. It'll just get me
to another circle within the plane.
What, I wouldn't have any idea where to go.
Exactly.
Peaches and cream. Okay, well, gosh darn, that's a... Sorry that silver dragon got involved, and...
So will he.
I'm guessing he probably already is.
Well, considering that I've nominated him to lead the attack.
Oh, dear.
Or the defense.
Well, we appreciate you. So much, Mother Tassa.
Be well, Zorith, and pass that wish along to your companions.
I will. Thank you so much. And there we go. That's everything you know I know. Okay, great. So now what do we do?
Well,
you got about 6 hours left in the mansion.
We could go visit the magic item person at the tower and ask about having an item, if they have one, or if we can get one made that might allow you to travel if needed.
Ooh, that's a good idea. Okay, I'm for
Because
that.
if you don't have plane shift prepared or
Right.
have the object that you need.
Ugh.
Right.
Yeah, is there just some way to... Is there some spell that makes you invisible to devils? That'd be great.
We were able to keep your wording thing, right? But it doesn't work on... if we don't all have it, then it doesn't do any good, because they can find any of us.
Well, and, it isn't difficult to find out where we live, who our friends are, where we spend time.
Right.
So that's why we really just need to find a way to make sure the ritual can't be completed. And that removes the reason for coming for her in the first place. Could we talk to some... I know that we've talked to some people already about the tattoo. Could we talk to them about removing, like having different specialists remove each layer of warding?
Perhaps. Such would have to be attempted from within an anti-magic shell.
Mm-hmm.
But you can't do magic in an anti-magic shell, right?
Correct.
So it's all moot. None of it works.
We make an anti-magic sleeve for her to wear.
That would be awesome.
Would I still be able to do magic? Like, I don't know.
Just on your arm. Just don't use that arm.
I can't do anything with this arm. Change all of my spells that are ambidextrous or left-handed to be just right-handed. So silly.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we can go to the tower and try to ask about a magic item that we have player knowledge of, but not character knowledge of.
Well,
This
I think...
thing that might let us do this. Does that exist?
Is there... Okay, so if the goal is to remove the tattoo, and I don't know that that's the goal, but maybe it is, then we either find someone capable or multiple people capable of removing the wards and destroying the tattoo, or we talk about removing the arm or the skin that the tattoo's on.
I mean, yes, cutting the arm off and regrowing it is still an option. It does not seem like it would grow back, but I think we would have to do it in an anti-magic shell so that the wards didn't protect it, and then make Zori unconscious so that she is not going to feel the pain and cut her arm off. I think neutralizing the tattoo or its ability to be used is, I think you're right, Gwen, the safest way to protect Zori.
So, do we know anyone who would have an anti-magic field like that?
Question.
The one we just did, right?
Question. Theoretically, this demon wants to kill me and would receive powers from being killed.
In the ritual.
Anyone who kills me would get those powers, correct?
Well,
No.
any devil.
No.
No, it's got to. The ritual has to be completed, and it wasn't.
Oh,
And
so they're
it's
doing...
literally got this demon's name in it. So I'm assuming the ritual is specific to that demon.
So
or
they'd
devil.
have to do all of the everythings all the way up to like chanting and drawing and whatever the things. And then I'm like the final component in this stew.
Pretty much. That's
Got it.
what I would think.
Yeah.
Is that accurate?
Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So, I mean, we can go back to. So we're still on the island, right? So they were able to do the magic. I mean, it's up to you, Zori. I mean, we can try this if you won't feel the pain, and there is no risk that we won't be able to grow it back. I mean, I can do that.
Zori kind of just looks at her arm.
Wait, you get your arm back, I promise.
I mean,
Do you really want an arm with a demon's true name inscribed on it?
okay. Theoretically, no. But it also, this mark is a part of me. And if I were to just draw it without having all of the layers and everything within it, and just got it re-tattooed, would that be an okay thing, DM?
Well, wouldn't you want to tattoo something that has meaning for you rather than a demon's name? I mean, you could still have
you can't see the demon's name. The demon's name is buried underneath the pattern of the tattoo.
So you can re-tattoo your new arm. Because yes, your tattoos are part of you and part of how we know you and how you view yourself. Just wouldn't be an evil magic tattoo on your arm.
Mm-hmm.
And you could design it to be the same pattern or a different pattern. But if what I'm understanding has been said is that there wouldn't be a demon name in it. It would just be a pattern.
Correct.
Is that accurate?
Correct.
Okay.
Well, I go into my bag, and what are we doing today? We're just sitting. I go into my bag and I pull out some paper and I have somebody just start tracing it.
Okay. We can do that.
How long does it take to regrow an arm? Would I have to, like, I mean, are we talking like Deadpool? Or are we talking like...
That's exactly what I was thinking. I was like, you can have one of those little hands.
Well, I mean, it's kind of a... There's a couple different ways, right? Like, if we killed you completely and chopped off your arm, when I resurrected you, your missing limb would grow back.
We'd have to kill you completely.
I'd rather
But
not
I believe
kill her.
that there is other spells that would restore missing limbs.
Regenerate?
Without killing you.
Regenerate takes 2
regeneration.
minutes.
Yeah.
To regrow a limb.
And we are on a divine temple ground. Someone here can... I don't have regenerate, but I am sure there is a cleric that does.
So, knock, knock, knock. We got a favor. Stand here, watch us, do this thing, and then fix it, eh?
Yes. Yes.
And take care of us.
Did we complete a long rest?
Yes.
Or just confirming?
Yes, you did.
Oh, yeah, good question. Hey, thanks.
Well, I just want to make sure before we decide to start doing stuff. I want to have all my spell points ready.
So
and while the demons are occupied with the dragons, might be a good time to do all this.
Right.
Additionally, also, if my arm makes it into its own person or something out of, like regenerates itself into its own person, we might need some of these, divine people here to have our back. Should we make it like a big deal or just a one-person type of thing?
Maybe one person with some backup?
Does that make sense? Right, like, we're gonna chop off my arm. Let's make sure it doesn't, like, ungrow and become this, like, big creepy snake thing or something that everybody's gotta kill. And
we'll be in the Temple of Balmus. We will have backup.
Temple of Balmus. Okay.
Right, that's where we did this last week.
Yeah. Right? Yeah.
You were in the Temple of Balmus talking with Master Tarda.
Isn't that where we did the anti-magic shell?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So if we do it there again, there's a lot of people in the Temple of Balmus, and they're like the battle clerics, right? So
they're Billy badasses.
Regenerate is a 7th level bard cleric druid spell.
Bard cleric druid.
Someone in this island can for sure cast it. Father Delbus probably can cast it.
Do you want to send a message to Father Dilbus? Or do you want me to?
20 feet that way, or 100 feet that way.
Yeah.
Let's go collect Father Dilbus and go to the Balmus Temple and see if we can do this thing.
With this story?
Is it completely traced? Did we get it completely traced?
Tasha, roll performance.
Also, is there someone here that does tattoos?
Oh, you mean so it's not like Nakey for a long bit?
28.
Okay. Yes, you have accurately traced the tattoo.
Okay.
You
Well,
have the pattern.
if there's someone here that does the tattooing, then we could have that be part of this process so that when you wake up, your arm is tattooed, probably still would need to heal, but at least it would be done.
We'll paint it on until we can get to a tattoo artist.
Well, the tattooing will take time as well. So if we can kind of do it all.
Can I do a prestidigitation to make it a small mark? Oh, it'll only last an hour. Peaches.
Well, the other thing is if there is someone here that does this type of tattoo, we may want them to see it as it was originally, and the tracing will be helpful, but seeing it in its original form may be beneficial.
Oh, I can look at because I was able to look at the tattoo under the anti-magic shield, and I was able to see what was written, correct?
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
I will, once they have traced it, I will completely study that tracing and make sure that the things that I saw are not interwoven in my tattoo. Is that okay, right? Like, does that make sense?
Make an investigation check.
Okay.
Roll well.
Well, I did. I mean, 16 plus investigation.
Mm-hmm.
16 plus 2, 18.
You can see nothing of the two words in the pattern.
Okay. Now, because when the two words were, before we used the antimatter shield, the layering obfuscated the two words, right?
Correct.
Like, okay. Nothing of the two words is present on tracing. So that should keep me super safe. Then I'm going to take the tracing, and I'm going to trace the tracing. Okay. And then I'm going to, like, maybe do some fancy things in the middle of it. Like, let's needle this a little.
Okay. While you're doing that, I'm going to ask around to see if there is someone that does this type of tattoo here.
Do I know Jeff from being here for so long?
Make a history check.
Oh, my history's not too bad. 24.
You remember some of the students in your year getting tattoos, but you seem to recall that they got them in Costids.
That doesn't surprise me.
Do you remember where in Costids?
She does not.
But we could ask Duncan, whatever his name is.
Duncan.
I can't remember his name. Duncan.
Okay. Can we do a sending to him?
Probably Zori or Tasha.
I don't know this, Duncan, so no.
Sure you
Yeah,
do.
he's the bar guy that is friends with Airman, and we always go to his bar when we're in Costids.
Oh, in Costids. Okay.
We stayed in his attic, I think.
Yes.
Right.
Good memory.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we were hiding too, right?
Yes.
Yes.
He owns the tavern called The Tavern.
Yeah.
Right? Did I
tavern.
not sneak out when we were staying? It was like winter and I snuck out and I did something. I did something
be.
without telling anybody.
Could
You
be.
Back
did.
to Thunder's Edge.
Oh,
maybe?
you went back to Thunder's Edge to talk to
Aloric, right?
Aloric, yes.
Yeah. That's so funny. I'm actually going to not burn a large spell slot with my greater sending. What spell slot is your sending? Just regular sending, Tasha.
Pull, please. Spells. I think it's third.
Yeah, mine is 5th. So I'm going to let you ask the question.
Okay. Who am I sending this to?
Duncan, the owner of the tavern. Send message to Duncan. And what are we asking?
Where we can get tattoos in Costed's Wave.
Where to get?
Who is the most skilled tattoo artist?
Or should we bring him here?
I want to bring him to us.
Mm-hmm.
Or her.
Mm-hmm.
Work some sort of 4 into your tattoo, Zori, and then we can all get that.
Wait, what? Oh, I should work some what into my tattoo?
The number 4 into the tattoo, and then we can all get the 4.
Super cool! I love friend tattoos. They're the best.
The closest Pam will ever get to a tattoo.
Well, this
I feel
now I'm like trying to figure out it would be like a 4, but it would be all dragon scales.
Or 4 cool dragon scales. Just FYI, it was totally not sponsored, but there is a temporary tattoo brand that I looked up today, and that is helpful, and I will probably get us temporary tattoos. Just not saying.
Ooh. Okay. So anyway, Duncan, this is Tasha of the 4. Who is the best tattoo artist in Costa's Wave? You can reply to this message.
Mm-hmm.
There's a pause.
Well, this is very strange. Tattoo, well, not to blow my own horn, but it probably is me.
Oh.
That's convenient. So I relay that it's Duncan.
Wonderful.
ask him if he is free this afternoon.
Are we doing it this afternoon? I mean, like, are we doing it this afternoon?
Yeah, let's do it.
No time like the present, sweetie.
The sooner that thing's off, the better.
Or a dragon. It's
how long has this been going on? Versus the tattoo to be patterned. How long do I have to work on the tattoo from when they got it done to when we start like actually talking about it? Like,
what?
Was it something that we did overnight? I need to know, like, when did we do this? Did we do it once we started this morning at breakfast with the
drawing,
tracing?
you mean? The tracing? Yeah, because we didn't talk about chopping your arm off till this morning.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, we can do it tomorrow. You don't have to do it today if you want more time to.
No, I mean, every friggin' day we spend not doing the things that we're a million tasked to do means that we are not doing one of our million tasks. So
Having a break, we had all agreed was important. So we'll get to it. You are the most important thing right now, Zori.
well, I'm just gonna keep working on it.
Don't feel stressed about the things that we haven't done yet. They'll keep.
They
And
keep-
it's, think of it this way. It's not that we are doing this for you. We are doing this because we don't want something to sneak up behind us while we're in the middle of doing something else.
right. So these tasks, they will keep piling up, and they will keep adding more to our list of tasks.
But one day is not going to.
Okay.
Right.
And-
we don't want to be in the middle of one of these other tasks and
True.
have demon spawn jump in and be like, hey, you thought this was difficult. Now we're here.
And he can, I mean, we can have the tattoo done tomorrow because it will take longer than we would keep you unconscious anyway. But I think removing the arm is important to do while the dragons have the demon occupied, or devil, sorry.
We don't know when they're going to. Please hold. Hey, Mother Tassa.
Huh? Oh.
Yes.
Are you in the middle of a fight?
Yes.
Okay, love you, bye.
All right, let's go.
He's in the middle of a fight. Well, I guess we're doing
Okay.
my tattoo tomorrow.
So,
Where are we going?
We're going to the Temple of Balmus.
do you want me
We're
to...
walking quickly to the Temple of Balmus.
Okay.
We'll talk to Duncan later.
Okay.
And then who are we going to have with us?
Were we going to get Father Dilbus before we went to the temple?
Yeah, if you guys, I can go grab him and meet you guys at the Sword Temple.
And
Okay.
then do we want to also have Rishtarda with us? Because she...
That's who we're going to ask to do the shell,
She's
right?
She's at the temple of Balmus.
That's whose office
Yeah.
we're on.
Yeah, okay. Well, surprise, we're just going to walk it. I love...
Now it's going really fast.
This is such chaotic messes.
I don't think it's that bad.
And we're going to
We're just going to
get
bust
right
in on
to
this.
the point,
Yeah.
and Jeff's going to go, next time.
I'm
So-
keeping my eye on the time, but
You are.
we've still got some.
Let's go fast.
All right, so we get to the temple, and we go to Rishtarda.
Rishtarda's office.
Office, and we knock.
I just want to point this out that...
What?
Nope.
The door opens. Oh, you're back.
Yeah, we are. So
Is it him and her?
No, it's just
Is
her.
is that how she sounds? Wow.
Yeah. She's a half-orc.
Got it.
So, Zori, do you want to explain what's going on with your tattoo?
Oh, is there more now?
He already knows the kind of... Anyhow. We're cutting off my arm and regrowing it. So we need your anti-magic shell, please.
Oh. And... I'm sorry, are you just going to grin and bear it?
Apparently somebody's gonna figure out a way to make me unconscious.
Inside
What?
an anti-magic shell.
Maybe not.
Okay, so one part of my body is going to be outside of the anti-magic shell, and every little so often you're just gonna hit me, at least that part of my body, with some cure wounds, I guess, and then...
I know
Well,
I'm
I'm-
not there, but chopping her
else?
arm off is going to take like 10 seconds. So it's not going to be.
And just your arm needs to be in the anti-magic field. The rest of you doesn't
Right.
need to be.
I think for something like this, all of her needs to be in the anti-magic shell.
But then she can't be unconscious magically.
Well, I don't know
Fine.
how we'd make her unconscious
She's-
magically anyway.
She's
an elf.
elven,
I can't. Yeah, I can't.
Oh.
so that leaves us with
I cannot be put
alcohol or
magically to sleep.
drugs.
Or you can kill me.
Start drinking.
Or you can kill
There
me. and
must
just...
there must be herbs that would render a person unconscious.
That would be drugs.
We're also kind of under a
Correct.
time crunch.
I'm sure I have something in my healer's kit that helps dull pain when we perform surgery or things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Start drinking.
I go into my bag for the bottle of Elverquist.
Elverquist?
I think that's what it's called.
Mm-hmm. You are correct.
So, it's my understanding that her tattoo has the true name of the devil. No, a Balor. What's it called?
A Balor.
A Balor on it.
That's what those two words are? Oh.
Yeah.
Balmus Preserve.
And also Silver Dragon, all those things were talking to her as I'm drinking.
What do silver dragons have to do with any of this?
I tell her the story.
Yeah, she relays all of the information.
It's a little humbling to realize that dragons can make those kinds of mistakes, too.
They're
kind of dashes your expectations a little.
As Mother Tassa said, children are always children.
Fair enough.
So, wisdom comes for everyone, even dragons. And maybe dragons end up being more wise because they get to stick around longer. But until they get there, they're still prone to making silly mistakes.
Well, that could very well be.
All right. So we'll start from drink number 1. Zorith, I need a Constitution save.
8 plus con saves. 17. Because my con is a 9.
So
this could take a while.
This is tasty.
It is tasty.
All right. Drink number 2. Roll again.
A natural 1. An actual natural 1. So 10.
Kind of tipsy after that second one, but still conscious.
Good. I'm going to put nat 1 on this one. Okay.
All right. Third drink.
That's a 3. Plus 9, 12.
She passes out.
Oh, good.
All right.
I'm surprised it took 3.
Who's doing the chopping?
At this point, Arabelle and Father Dilbus have arrived.
Oh, that's right.
I filled him in on the way, so.
And what are his thoughts? Is he going crazy?
He's a little horrified.
Well, I mean,
do what you gotta do.
Will you be able to remove the anti-magic shell once her arm has been removed, or will we need to actually move her out of range? Oh, I can drop it if I need to.
How will we dispose of the arm?
Burn it.
I would suggest that this is something you should deal with afterwards, as we don't know how long Zorith will remain unconscious.
I can drink more. Wait.
You're out.
You can't.
I draw my sword.
I step back and I'm going to restrain her other arm and lean on her side so that she doesn't move involuntarily.
You will also have no magic.
Right. So I will remove the magic bonus to the weapon.
Right.
Correct. Which is plus 3.
Or you can use. Do I have like a sword or anything you can use instead of having to? Aren't
I'll use it two-handed instead of.
Okay.
1. So it's a 1 die 10.
Mm-hmm.
How many hit points does an arm have? So I basically just rolling not a 1 since she's not moving.
Yes.
No problem. 7. 8. 15 to hit.
Okay.
With no bonuses.
All right. Now, roll the damage.
Might have to do it twice. Ooh.
Roll
9
high, make
out
it
of 10.
clean.
That's pretty good. So 9 plus 2 is 11 points.
Your swing severs the top flesh and severs the bone, but it does not completely sever the arm.
Okay. I'll take my second action to do it the rest of the way.
Do I feel it?
No, you're unconscious.
Excellent. Well, I mean, do I regain conscious? I mean, like, that's a big thing.
Well, make a Constitution save.
26 for the second half.
Con save. 11 and 9. 20. Dirty 20.
Yes, you wake up in excruciating pain.
Throw some more alcohol down. Well, I got the second.
Yeah,
I-
just in time to see Arabelle cut your arm off.
Oh!
And that's why I'm restraining her. I hold her firmly
All right.
so she does not move.
Now,
Drop the shell, Father Dilbus.
make another Constitution save, Zorith.
21.
Yeah,
Did I
unfortunately.
pass out from the pain?
No, you don't pass out from the pain. You get to sit and experience the pain. Fortunately, there's some shock involved too, so...
I lift your head and put the bottle to your mouth.
All right,
well, what
make
do I-
another
what-
con save.
Oh, gets a 2. Plus 9 is 11.
Yeah, she's still
The fourth
conscious.
drink.
Because
Oh,
of the-
so she
she's
rolls
still conscious
high?
because of the pain. That adds to the difficulty.
Well, Father Dilbus is casting the 2-minute spell, so.
Right.
Sorry.
I keep pouring. I'll just keep pouring booze into her as fast as she can drink it.
Make sure I'm not choking to death. Jesus
Well, I
Christ.
said as fast as you can drink it. So if you're not
Okay.
able to drink it, then I will.
So does she get it done in 2 shots or one? Like she didn't get it done
2.
in 1 shot. 2
The
shots.
second one did it.
Well, roll again. Let's see where we are.
Oh, I thought I did roll, and you said
Yeah.
No,
her arm came off as she woke
Zorith
up.
needs to roll another con save.
Oh, gotcha, Zori, not me.
Oh.
Since
Your arm
Gwen
is
is
off.
continually feeding her alcohol.
17 plus 9. 26.
Yeah, she's still awake.
All right, stop drowning
Okay.
her in the thing. Okay, Zori, breathe.
So Father Dilbus completes the spell, and
Oh,
slowly, the blood stops running, and skin forms over the wound, and then it slowly starts to extend. And it
I
basically
am not watching.
It basically looks like the arm is being slowly rebuilt from the shoulder down.
I mean, I'm distraught that I just chopped my closest friend, who I consider a sister's arm off, but it's kind of cool to watch.
Make sure that that arm
It's laying on the floor, leaking blood.
doesn't go anywhere.
Just, I move it. Can I move it out away from her?
Well, you would have to let go of her. You're
I
kind
won't-
of
no.
wrapped up in
yeah.
her.
Wait. Oh yeah. So they pulled
I'm not
me-
going to let her move.
Oh, okay.
And so after about a minute, the arm has regrown enough for you to be able to tell that there is no tattoo on the arm.
Good.
It is bare skin. Not bare skin.
You knew. You
Great.
knew.
Nikki's dreams come true.
I'm part bear. I'm a werebear. Wonder what my tummy looks like. Oh, that's Care Bear. My mistake.
So close.
Right. Well, I'm not conscious. Like, I'm not worried about the arm. So I'm not worried about the arm.
I mean, you're still
Some-
probably in shock, but the pain should have.
Yeah,
slowed.
you're in shock and you're drunk.
They've pulled me out of the anti-magic shell, right?
Yes. Well,
Okay, well,
Master Tarda dropped it.
okay. So, she didn't move it on the arm itself?
No, she just dropped the spell.
Somebody should
can-
probably look to see if there's still magic-y things on that.
Yeah, can we get the arm away from her?
Or put it in the bag or something. Am I even conscious enough to be talking like this? I'm sorry. I don't
No.
even know.
No,
Probably
it's
not.
okay. I have
You're
been
just
saying,
babbling.
You're babbling and your arm feels really strange.
Okay.
Can
So
somebody get that arm away from her?
Yes, I move the arm
Okay.
bag it,
and wrap it so
bag
that
it, bag it, bag it, bag
and
it.
to stop the blood that is just leaking out what was in there. And
Okay.
Nikki is saying that someone should be putting it in
Is somebody-
a scary bag, like
Yeah.
a bag.
Do we have
I
like a
wrap
bag
it
of
up
holding?
so it's not leaking, and I put it in the portable hole part of my haversack,
Yeah.
No,
there you
all right.
so it is in an extra dimensional space.
Did it still have a tattoo on it?
Yes.
go. Tattoo on new arm.
But I can't remember when I looked at it with detect magic, it did not. Did it glow before the tattoo?
But it did not harm her, right?
That's because you didn't cast Detect Magic on it. You cast Detect Magic and then looked at it.
Right. I just can't remember if it glowed before.
Oh, yeah.
or not. Okay. I do that then before I put it away.
It still glows.
Okay. It is, the words and things still seem to be intact. But they shouldn't
Why-
be able to locate it if it's in the bag, right?
While you got that thing up, look at me.
You
Yeah.
glow with a lot of things because you're covered in magic items.
Yes.
Right, but does her regrowing arm?
There's no magic items on her regrowing arm, so.
Right. So where the
everything will
tattoo
glow.
was is just an arm, right?
Correct.
When I look at it.
Correct.
It is. This is a magic-free arm.
And after 2 minutes has passed, you see the last of her fingers and her fingernails grow, and her new arm is complete. It is somewhat lighter in tone than her right arm.
Cause no sun on it.
Yes.
I get off of her and gently lift her to a seated position and ask, "How do you feel, Zori? Or I know you're really drunk. Aside from being really drunk, how do you feel?"
I don't know if I like Aloric that much.
That's okay.
Okay. What was the question?
How are you feeling?
Good. I don't feel good. I don't
No?
I feel
Are you in pain?
Am I in pain, Jeff?
You are not.
Good.
I feel no pain.
Okay.
Should I sober her up?
Yeah, maybe sober her up now.
I'll cast Lesser Restoration on her.
And that rosy kind of fun feeling just goes, and you are back to normal.
Ugh. That leaves such a gross taste in my mouth. Am I in pain?
You are not.
Oh.
What's the worst thing I've ever done?
Although,
Good reason, though.
I think, hold on, let me double check here.
Oh crap, do I have it prepared? But it's always prepared, so that's good.
Yeah, you're fine. You feel maybe a little woozy from the blood loss. You probably, lost about a pint, all told.
I hand you a container of water. I assume we carry some
Right.
amount of water on our persons.
It's
So-
oh sorry, go ahead.
I just give her water and say, "Please drink."
Jeff,
Mhm.
the Lesser Restoration works because it neutralizes the poison, right?
Correct.
Okay, then I'm just, instead of using a spell slot, I'm just going to use 5 points of lay on hands to do that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. You've done that before too.
Yeah, I forgot about that. I can cure diseases or neutralize poison. Touching my...
Okay, so that was horrifying.
I hug Zori. I'm sorry.
Did it work? I mean, like we wanted it to? And then I'm like, because I haven't looked at my arm yet.
There's no tattoo.
Go ahead and look. It's gone.
Pure as an elven baby butt.
God, I'll say, Lord, I need I need some sun now.
This is not something I would wish to do every day.
No. You're muted, Tasha.
I hope we never have to do anything like this again.
If you do, please ask someone else to help.
Oh, okay.
Sorry.
This was an extreme situation.
One that I assume you will explain to me someday.
Well, you saw the tattoo.
Oh, that was Father. This is Father Dilbus, not the...
It needed
Right,
to go.
yeah.
It needed to go.
And we'll tell him why. I mean,
Well, I
like,
mean, I would have on the way over.
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
Right.
Why
Okay.
we were-
yeah, that's why she said she explained when she got over there.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah. Because he would not have just come and, if I said, hey, I'm chopping Zori's arm off, I need you to
No.
regrow it, would not
You
have
know.
gone.
He would have come in a different aspect.
Just for shiggles,
You
like
might-
she's been.
You might have gotten some leeway considering who you are and who the 4 of you are.
I start cleaning up the blood.
She lost a bet,
Wow.
and she wagered that arm. So we're gonna
Wow.
need that arm.
Mine now. She bet me I couldn't cut it off without magic, and I said, yes, I can.
I lost my own bet. I'll give you the
Nice.
money. And yeah, no, that's funny.
And the arm, I guess. So, you know.
Might have to get a new
Win-win.
bottle of elven wine, which is hard to come by.
So after this, I think we all need to go get a drink and then start planning out our tattoos.
Yeah,
Dragons.
Dragons.
Yeah, that's better than a 4, but we should get matching dragon tattoos for sure.
So, dragons with a 4 in it.
yeah.
Hold, please.
Yes.
Zorith. Holds back a little bit. Lets you guys go ahead. Is thanking Tarda. Saying, do you want to go with me? You guys go ahead. I want to thank Tarda. Okay? And get some information from her. Do they all leave me, or do
We're
they
not
stay?
leaving you. After what just happened? Like, no way.
I send a message to Tarda. And I say, can you hear me? Do my spells still work? Am I still me?
I should think so. I can definitely hear you.
I slap her on the arm and shake her hand and say, come on with us. Let's go do the thing.
I have classes to prepare for.
Okay. I look around on her desk. What religion is she? What race is she?
Balmus. Oh, she's half orc.
Oh, I'm going to see if she's got like a coffee cup on her desk.
She's got a chalice.
Is it empty?
No.
Yeah, does she have like a vase or something, some kind of anything? Like something, just a something that's not a chalice.
Yeah, there's a bowl sitting back on a shelf.
Is it dusty and stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I take it, I prestidigitation it. I was like, do you drink? Asking her, does she drink?
Yes.
All right, then I'm gonna leave a little of the Elverquist to her for her, and I like give her I'm like, Wet your whistle later, and I pack everything away as we're walking out.
As you're walking
It's
out, you
strong.
hear as you're walking out, you hear her go, "Later."
It's fine.
And Father Dilbus says,
I too must return. Good luck.
Thank you for your help.
As always.
Sorry to have asked that of you. I know it was
Sudden.
there had been any other way that we could think of.
As I walk, I'm like, just
I will
looking
pray
at it.
I will pray for all of you.
and he turns and walks back toward the temple. His temple.
You know what? I could literally use my hand and beat myself up with it, and that would be like hilarious.
I think I saw that once in a movie.
Like I could slap myself in the face with it.
So what about a dragon tattoo, but instead of scales, it's overlapping fours to make the scales?
I like it.
Let me write that down.
I drew it. I think it'll work. Kind of gives the
Okay.
illusion of it anyway.
Instead of overlapping scales.
Yeah.
Instead of a full
Lots of
blackout.
fours to fill it in.
There's
There's not magic tattoos in Aecathan, correct, Jeff?
There are in lore,
Okay.
but there's no one alive at this point that professes to know how to do them.
I like the idea of 4 wings that, like, you know, like wing, 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 wing.
Oh, that
kinda
might be cool. Just do
Like,
the 4
just-
wings.
Well, yeah, for like the rest of you, you know, like, you know, if you just get 4 wings in like a little square typey formation.
That might work. That might be cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Probably be easier than the like full dragon.
And then like maybe do that on my hand, you know, like whatever everybody gets, I would have on my hand. We'll see. It's no big
Okay.
deal.
As you head to the Traveler's Respite for a drink and continue this discussion, that is where we'll stop for this episode.
All right.
So, see, didn't interrupt right in the middle. I said there was time.
You did.
All right. So, thank you very much for watching. We do appreciate your attention. It's important to us, so thank you very much. And we hope that you will come back and let us welcome you once more into the lands of Aecathan.
Bye,
Good night,
everybody.
everybody.